Hi, writers. Okay, today we're doing session 12 of our literary essay unit, and it's called Framing Essays with Relevance and Context. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about the introductions. But first, I want to share a little story with you. Once, when I was about 9 or 10, I came home from school, and my mom was in the kitchen with a kid I didn't know, a sad looking boy. And as soon as I walked into the door, my mom said, "Hi, honey, this is your cousin Mark. He'll be staying with us for a while." It took me so much by surprise that I didn't act that great. I think I maybe even rolled my eyes and probably looked really unhappy and weird. Later, my mom explained things to me that I'd never met him before because his parents had had problems and my mom hadn't wanted me around them, and Mark needed a place to stay and people to love him. And that family was important and being generous was important. And she wanted me to try and be more like a generous family member in the future. Now, I felt so embarrassed that I had acted that way with Mark by rolling my eyes and stuff. And I told my mom, it would have helped me to know this. Being introduced to things is really important, especially when it's obvious or it's not obvious how something relates to you and why it matters. This is so true in life. It's certainly true in literary essays. When you're writing literary essays about author's craft, it's especially important that you start off your essay by making sure your readers know why this topic is relevant as well as the context to the story. So today, I want to teach you that essayists introduce their essays by explaining the context of their text and by naming how the ideas in the essay might be relevant to the reader. So let me show you what I mean by this with my essay that I'm writing with my introduction. I want to make sure that my introduction explains a bit about the story and gives an idea of its relevance to the reader so that my readers don't start off confused, the way I was confused with my cousin Mark. It's almost as if my introduction has three distinct parts. The first one, part one, would be like my hook, providing relevance to my reader by naming the universality of my ideas. And part two, by providing context by summarizing the text just a little bit, and part three, by stating my claim clearly. I will start with a bit of relevance. When I'm teaching or when I'm reaching for the relevance in an essay, I have to think a bit about why anyone else would care about this essay and this claim. My essay is about All Summer in a Day. Ray Bradbury uses the sun to symbolize hope. Now, I could start off my essay like this. Everyone in life needs to believe that things are going to get better, especially when facing rough times. So that would be my hook. And it also is providing relevance because I'm letting my reader know that this essay pertains to them because I'm saying that everyone needs to know that things are going to get better, especially when they're having rough times, and everyone's faced rough times. Now let's work on the context. Just like I needed my mom to tell me what was going on with my cousin, in essays, we need to tell our readers a little something about the story. Usually that looks like a line or two that summarizes a bit of the text. But here's the thing. Our summary should still stay relevant to the topic of the essay. I need to summarize the story through the lens of the idea that I kick things off with. In this case, hope. And I'm going to need to try and keep it in a sentence or two tops. Otherwise, things can get bulky. I'm going to try that out here. So first I have, everyone in life needs to believe that things are going to get better, especially when facing tough times. Now I want to summarize this story through the lens of hardship. So I could write, In All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury, the characters have a tough life. Unending rain, gray skies and cold, and the same thing day after day. But when the children are asleep at night, they hope for more. When the children are asleep, they dream of the sun. Okay, so I think I have a good sense of relevance and that I have set up a little context now for the claim. I know I don't have to tell you that it's important in your introductions to state your claim. Usually the last line is your claim. So now my introduction will look like this, or sound like this since you're listening to it. Everyone in life needs to believe that things are going to get better, especially when facing tough times. That's my hook. That's my relevant statement to my reader. In All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury, the characters have a tough life, unending rain, gray skies and cold, and the same thing day after day. But when the children are asleep at night, they hope for more. When the children sleep, they dream of the sun. Okay, there's my summary that's kind of letting you know what the story's about a little bit. And here is my claim. In All Summer and Day, Bradbury uses the sun throughout the story to symbolize hope. So there's my claim, and then my next paragraphs are going to talk about the symbolism of the sun throughout the story. Okay, I can't wait to read your introductions on your author's craft essay, so let's get to writing.